Listen here. If you want a luxury logo, you're not just buying a little icon. You're buying perception. You're buying that feeling of, this brand is premium. I trust this. I'm willing to pay more. The problem is, most people either overpay for a basic logo that just looks nice, or they underpay and end up with something that looks cheap and generic. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get a luxury logo that actually looks expensive without wasting money on the wrong designer or the wrong process. When you think about luxury brands, what comes to mind? Names like Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Rolex, high-end real estate brands, premium skincare, boutique hotels. Their logos usually have three things in common. First, simplicity. No clutter, no gimmicks, no random shapes. Second, beautiful typography. The letters themselves feel intentional, balanced, and elegant. Third, consistency. The logo looks good everywhere, on a website, packaging, social media, and even in tiny sizes. This is what we're aiming for, a logo that feels premium, not playful or cheap. Step 1 is clarity about your brand. Before you even think about hiring a luxury logo designer, you need to know what luxury means for your business. Are you minimal and modern, like a high-end fashion label? Are you classic and timeless, like a premium watch or law firm? Are you warm and boutique, like a luxury spa or skincare brand? In one simple sentence, you should be able to describe your brand's personality and your ideal customer. For example, we're a modern, minimal, premium skincare brand for women who want simple, high-quality routines. That one sentence will guide everything else. Step 2 is collecting visual references. Luxury is a visual language, and your designer needs to see what you mean by luxury. Go on Pinterest, Instagram, Behance, or even just Google Images and save 10 to 20 logos and brand identities that feel expensive to you. They don't have to be from your exact niche. They just need to match the vibe you want. Minimal serif fonts, bold sans serif, monograms, gold on black, creamy neutrals, whatever it is. The goal is to build a small inspiration board that says, this is the kind of premium look I'm going for. Designers think visually, not hypothetically, so don't just say, I want something luxurious. Show them what that means. Step 3 is choosing the right level of designer. For luxury, you do not want the absolute cheapest option on the internet, but you also don't always need a huge agency with a 5-figure budget. Think of it in 3 tiers. Tier 1, entry to mid-range designers, good if you're on a tight budget but still want something clean and professional. Tier 2, experienced brand and logo designers who specialize in luxury aesthetics and have strong portfolios. Tier 3, premium or pro designers who do full brand systems and charge accordingly. Your budget and stage of business will decide which tier you should be in. The key is to look for someone who has already designed luxury logos before, not someone who mainly does cartoon logos or busy, colorful mascots. Step 4 is reviewing portfolios the right way. When you look at a luxury logo designer's portfolio, don't just ask, do I like this? Ask, does this feel like it belongs in a high-end brand? Look for clean spacing, balanced layouts, strong typography, and a consistent style across different projects. Do the logos look like they could belong in a luxury mall, on premium packaging, or in a high-end magazine? Or do they look like random logos stuck on random mock-ups? Also, pay attention to how they use color. Luxury brands often use restrained palettes: black, white, deep neutrals, gold accents, muted tones. If everything in their portfolio is neon and chaotic, they might not be the right fit for a luxury project. Step 5 is writing a clear luxury logo brief. Your brief doesn't need to be complicated, but it does need to be specific. Include your brand name, tagline if you have one, a simple brand description, your target audience, and a few words about your desired personality, like modern, timeless, bold, soft, or exclusive. Attach your visual references and explain what you like about them. The typography, the minimalism, the spacing, the overall feel. Also mention where the logo will appear most often. Is it mainly on packaging, on a website, on social media profile pictures, on shop signage? A good luxury logo designer will design with those main touch points in mind. Step 6 is talking about deliverables and usage. When you invest in a luxury logo, you want files that you can actually use long term. At minimum, you should get vector files, usually in formats like AI, EPS, or SVG, plus high-resolution PNGs with transparent backgrounds and JPEG versions. You also want versions that work on light backgrounds and dark backgrounds, and a simple icon or monogram version if your brand needs it. Ideally, your designer should also include a simple style guide, your logo variations, your main colors, and basic font recommendations. Ask about this up front so you know exactly what you're getting. Step 7 is communication and revisions. The difference between a good experience and a painful one is usually communication. A professional luxury logo designer will explain their process, give you realistic timelines, and tell you how many initial concepts and revisions are included. Your job is to give clear, calm feedback. Instead of saying, "I don't like it," say, "This feels too playful. I want something more minimal and refined." Or, "Can we explore a version with more spacing and a lighter font weight?" Focus on the feeling and alignment with your references rather than trying to art direct every tiny detail. Step 8 is knowing when it's done. Perfection with a logo is tempting, but endless revisions usually make things worse, not better. Your logo is not a movie poster. It doesn't need to say everything about your brand in one symbol. A good luxury logo is simple, recognizable, and flexible. If it matches your brand's personality, looks premium, works in small and large sizes, and feels at home next to other luxury brands, it's probably done. At that point, it's better to move on to applying it consistently across your website, packaging, and content than to keep tweaking letter spacing forever. Listen here. A luxury logo is not about throwing gold foil on a random design. It's about intention, simplicity, and consistency. When you choose the right designer, give them a clear brief, and understand what you're actually paying for, you can get a logo that looks far more expensive than what you spend. And that's the power of good design. If you want help finding the right luxury logo designer for your brand, I've handpicked a few options for different budgets. In the main video description and on my channel, you'll find links to designers who specialize in luxury logos, clean typography, and high-end branding work. I recommend checking those out if you want to skip the guesswork. Thank you for watching. If you're serious about leveling up your brand, start with a logo that looks as premium as the experience you're trying to offer. I'll see you in the next video.